Hello everyone. So this week, lots going on. We start the pond renovation. We also break a few rocks. And I do some more tiling for our friends Tony and Nikki.
And I do a saffron bun recipe.
And we also test a new e-bike from CYRUSHER. There we go. Welcome back everyone. Thanks for watching the last video. Thanks for making sure you're subscribed, and if you're new here, thanks for subscribing. So this week is a bit of a weird one, and just in the efforts to keep us all busy, Cindy Vines put the spanner in the works for us.
Quelle surprise.
So what's happened is that I told Cindy we had a leak in our pond again. The mice have been eating the liner again. And Cindy's, if you saw her videos, has issues with her. She bought a
paddling. Well,
she bought a pool and then discovered she didn't have enough water to fill it up. So I did some work for her, and she kindly donated the pool for the work, which is something we do very often here. So I'll show you what we've got set up here now. So we have the pool set up, full up, and I could put the air bubbler out of our freshwater pond in here. So this is just fresh water. As you see, it's got a slightly green tinge strip, but it's getting better because of the air.
Well, it came out of the pond, so
we use our pond water, and I'll show you why. So as you can see, we've apart from what leaked out, we've extracted some water from the pond with great thanks to one of our subscribers, Neil Honey. Now Neil gave us some money, donated some money through our, so he bought a pump that we had on our Amazon wish list for us, which is very generous.
Yeah,
Thank you, Neil.
Thanks so much, Neil. Really appreciate it, and it's obviously been working.
but the actual pump we asked for, we bought something slightly different. So what we did do is bought a submersible pump because of something I'm going to talk to you in a minute about. So we bought a submersible pump and
this tiny solar panel. So yeah, we're going to link this all up together with the pump, and when we redo the pond, which Nick will explain in a bit, yeah, it will all make sense. So stay tuned.
Thanks, Neil. Awesome. Yeah. So as we're in the process of emptying the pond, we're using it for irrigation, etc. So the level will gradually drop. We're going to rehome some of the plants in something that we can keep wet so they don't die off, and then we're remodeling the whole pool area, every single thing about it, and some more. So in typical YouTube fashion, we forgot to film the start of this, but this rock was attached to this one. There was a crack in between, so we've taken advantage of that and separated them, rolled this rock out of it. So I'm going to use Big Bertha here. So I'm going to use Big Bertha to break this rock up. I may even use the tractor and drag bits of it away.
I'll just come around a minute because the lighting is a bit... Just so you can see Big Bertha in all her glory there. It's like the Excalibur.
Yeah. And then we're going to break this this little rock here with the house is sat on. Just connected directly to Mother Earth. We're going to break this down to the level where Gilmore is there.
Good boy.
Gilmore. And we're going to build a wall along here and make this more of a little sort of bar beside the pool, which would be nice. Talking about the pool, we have a little remodelling going on. I've done a little sketch, so it might be easier to explain to you about the pool from the sketch. Okay, so this is a rough sketch. This is the outside of what we have now. This is the little palm tree thing we have, cherry trees and an almond tree, and that's our existing pool, and it does this because there's a big rock in the middle of the pool. What we're going to do is do away with the liner, do all the bottom in concrete. We're still going to have plants on the outside, but the bit in the middle we're going to leave empty of plants, void of plants. So we're doing something more like that. We're going to skirt a bit more away from the almond tree, so that's got plenty of room because we don't want roots coming through our concrete, etc. We're making this area where the reeds are a bit bigger. We're going to use the pump from Neil, thank you Neil again, in a sump in this corner, and we're going to continually circulate water with using the solar panel, which is going to drop down in several weirs and filter through all this plant stuff and back to this side of the pool. So we have a flow going around here and a flow going around here. This section in the centre then will have the stone walls like we have got, but it will be higher than the water here. So all the animal life we have in here, hopefully,
won't be joining us
in the pool like they do now. But it's not so bad swimming with frogs and things. But yeah, so we're going to make the pond in the middle bigger, but also make the pond on the outside slightly different shape and deeper. And the idea is to make this deeper so it stays cooler in the summer. So yeah, tiny little project, should take a couple of days.
Make it so, number one.
Yeah. Yeah, so luckily this lump of granite is quite soft. As you can see, we broke through that fairly easily, so hopefully I can roll it out the way. And we can lighten this bit enough so I can put a strap around it and drag it out the way with the tractor. I should be able to use the bits we break off for the wall out the front. Or maybe a feature near the pond. Okay, a bit of an updatey thing for you. This is the plum wine, still all working well, doing lovely, bubbling away, making alcohol. Yeah, here is the other, what was left over, and this, as you can see, isn't bubbling as way as much, so it's nearly finished its fermentation. So what I'm going to do is pour it into these bottles, and we're going to put that straight into the fridge, and we're going to call this Plum Cider. So we'll take the air trap off, air lock off, and literally just pour it. And there's a little coffee filter in here, just to stop any sediment if we do get any. Nice and gentle.
And again, these, and it's not an advert, but these Schweppes type bottles are really good because they're used to being under pressure. So there will be a little bit of bubblination. I can't think of the word for it.
Well, it will pressurise because
yeah.
It's still fermenting.
So obviously these bottles are designed to take pressure.
That's slow. So there we go, 2 bottles of Plum Cider is going straight in the fridge, and we happen to have a glass spare left over, so let's give it a shot. It's very, very strong cider. Have a go at that.
This has definitely got like a cidery smell with it as well. It's weird because it's not apples. Cool. Yeah, it wouldn't take much to be on the floor.
So there we go, success. We'd like to say a massive, huge thank you to Jackie and Cyril for their generous donations this afternoon. They've just come over on the ferry.
Beyond generous.
And yeah, they're amazing. So we got t-shirts, biscuits, pasties, clotted cream.
I'm going to be crying again.
Baked beans, smoked bacon, and some lovely cathedral.
Peppermint essence.
Oh, and peppermint essence, which we asked for, and all the rest were just unexpected.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And the dogs are so chuffed with their toys.
And the cats.
And the cats, and oh, amazing guys. Thank you ever so much.
Brilliant. Big hugs.
So I'm back at Tony and Nikki's, and this is the room that I tiled the other day. It's all grouted now, and I think you'll agree, looking lovely. So what I'm doing today is the tricky bits around the doorway, cutting these sections to make it all match in with that, and then we're going to go through this way and into the bathroom, which has got a very English pull switch on it. Whoa. And up to here, and then these guys think they'll have learnt enough by then to be able to do the whole rest of the kitchen and everything. But yeah, all looking good now. Okay, so just a quick tip with laying the tiles out. I'm laying the first cuts out dry to fit in the doorway between these columns. I wanted to put a full tile along this edge, which is where the front of these come to. So measuring back, making sure that we come halfway on the joint, so it looks like this threshold, which is a difference in levels, but it looks like this threshold is spanning over the one tile. So when you look at it from a distance, it looks like the threshold's been put down on a tile. Yeah, and then it's a lot easier to come to the edge of these with your new tiles. It saves you doing so many little tiny cuts. There we go. Just something I want to point out, this is a homemade aircon unit, so we have a bucket of water with this, I don't know what you call it, piece of cloth, whatever it is. So it evaporates and then the air blows over that and you get cool air, so it's just like an aircon unit, but homemade, and it works really well. So there we go, bathroom done, hallway bit done, beer on the way. Yeah, so Nikki said she's going to have a go at these straight ones on her own, which is because I've been showing her how to use that thing. Haven't we, Harvey? Not sure. So all the cuts down around, standing in stuff. All the cuts down around the plumbing for the toilet, shower there. Yeah. And all the ones leading up to the bedroom. And if you see what I mean about the cuts all being on the same line, and the piece in the doorway being optically looking like it's the same width as the tile. So that means everything's spaced out evenly, so it looks like it's right, even though it might not be.
Okay, as Nick has been apparently quite a good boy, and we had a fantastic gift yesterday from Jackie and Cyril, I'm going to be making a little treat to go with said special gift, and I'm making some saffron buns. So at the moment I've got 250 mils of milk here. We're then going to be adding some saffron. I have comes in little packs like so. So a whole one goes into the milk, and then we just put that onto a low heat. So check which one it is again. So what this will do, this will infuse the milk and turn it a lovely golden yellow colour and give it that fabulous saffron hint as well. So yeah, we let that gently cook away there for a little bit. I'll just turn it down a little bit more, don't it too much, because in a moment to that I shall be adding, I have here some butter, and the special ingredient, which it's actually quite lucky it's still some in here, is clotted cream. I'm going to be crying later. Okay, this has now been, I turned the heat off and I just let this infuse for 20 minutes. And as you can see, it's turned a stunning golden yellow colour. Now to that, we're going to add, as I said earlier, the butter and the clotted cream. So here goes. And we're going to give that a quick stir in. I'll just scrape out the rest of the butter in it. Now I'm going to put the heat back on just to cook that through, or to help this all melt in together. Like I say, there's still a little bit of the cream left in here, so that's definitely got to come out. We cannot waste any of that. So we'll just gently stir this through. Now I should turn the heat off again in a minute, just make sure this is all melted through. Right, that's pretty much done now, so I'll turn the heat off. So I want to let that cool down, so I'll just stir it all through. In the meantime, what I have done, here I have 550 grams of strong bread flour, a teaspoon of salt. I've actually used Himalayan pink salt only because we had some ground up and I thought I'd use that. 50 grams of sugar. I use the Portuguese yellow sugar because that's quite readily available here. There's 7 grams, or one of the packets of instant yeast, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give these a little mix together and then create a well of which this liquid will go into once it's cooled down a little bit, and then from that we'll make a dough. So just give that a stir together.
A few moments later.
This is still a bit warm yet to put in, so I'm just going to give it a few more minutes. Okay, so this is now cooled down quite nicely, so I'm going to add it to the bowl of flour. So make sure all the little bits of saffron, because there's always a few bits that stick in there, they definitely need to come out because of the price of them. Anybody knows where I can get saffron crocus bulbs from that can be delivered here to Portugal, please let me know. I would love to have a few. They're beautiful little flowers anyway, and obviously you know, for us for doing things like this, it'll be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, guys, if anybody knows where I can get some, really would appreciate the heads up on some saffron crocus bulbs, please. And there is a particular type of crocus that for the little stamen bits that's used for saffron. So I do have crocuses here, but not saffron crocus. So yeah, anybody knows, let me know, please. Thank you. Anyway, let's mix this together. So I'll just bring it all in. Right, so this needs to be kneaded for up to 10 minutes just to get it, you know, nicely incorporated. And what I shall do let's have a quick look. Right, it says 13:53, so a couple more minutes. I shall be putting in the sultanas. Now I've got sultanas here because both Nick and I like sultanas because they're a bit more sort of juicy. Most of the ingredients or recipes would say to use currants, but yeah, we like sultanas. They're a bit more, like I said, a bit more juicier than currants are. So yeah, we get a good workout doing this. Everything starts moving around. Right, I'm going to go and add these sultanas now. So, a few to start off with. You know me, not terribly perfect with my quantities. Get them all in there. See, I might add a few more in a minute. Certainly a good workout on a day that's we're in the high 30s again, so yeah. So yeah, I think I need a few more sultanas in there. It's always good to have. I'd rather have a nice fruity bun.
One eternity later.
I don't know if you can see, there's also, you can see the strands of saffron coming through there as well, and the colour of this, so it's, yeah, it's looking really good. So we're now going to cover this and leave it in a warm place, and hopefully it should rise. Okay, so the dough has been left to prove for a little bit now, or for about 45-50 minutes. So what we're going to do now is what they call knock it back. So basically, there she is. And we're going to just give it a quick knead, and then I'm going to divide it into bun-sized pieces, about 10 of them. and put them on the trays, and then they're going to get covered and left for another half an hour in somewhere warm. So I'll just give this a quick mush up, or knead as is the correct term. Right, pretty good. Make sure my sultanas are in. So we're going to try to get 5 out of each of these bits here. So, mind you, that looks like only 4. Not even that, gosh. Extra in it, you can go in there. So they're nice and gnarly, which is good. Actually, you can get those because there's only 9. A couple of littleish ones as well. So I should just cover these up, leave them prove again. It's a clean tea towel. So I'll leave that for about half an hour, and then that'll go into the oven. Okay, so these have been left for a little bit longer now, so I'm now going to put them in the oven, 200 degrees C, for about 25 minutes or so, until they're cooked. They smell really nice and saffrony.
Okay, here goes. Moment of truth.
Yeah. I need some, I need some, moment of truth. I need some, passed down through the Cornish, obviously, family history, granny recipes.
Yeah.
So, not too bad.
Yeah, they look right.
So
they are buns. They are saffron.
And they're saffrony. Those two went a bit weird, but
we
right.
got, thanks to Jack and Cyril.
Oh gosh, yeah, for the clotted cream.
We can just put clotted cream on these and stuff ourselves silly.
Well, first I'm going to make a glaze, so I'm just going to in the microwave a bit of sugar and water, get that nice and hot, and put that over because these are still warm and it'll all soak in. Lovely.
So, flying glaze, which is what?
It's sugar and water.
Wow.
It's just to make it look posh.
Yeah.
And just to add a few more calories.
I'm sure we'll crack one open later and have a look at that.
I reckon we might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to use up all that clotted cream.
So we are terribly excited this evening. We've got home from doing some work somewhere else. Yeah, we've received a new e-bike from this fantastic company called CYRUSHER, and this is a high torque, a very powerful bike and big fat tires on it, which is perfect for the cobbled streets that we have here in Alpedrina. So we're going to put it together. I don't think you can see how well packaged it is.
It's bad.
But I don't think we need to do a whole video about putting it together. But what we'll do is quite a detailed look at all its features and stuff. But yeah, exciting times, eh?
It certainly is.
Okay, so we'll unwrap all this. Okay, just a quick note. Basically it comes with a toolkit with it, and you've got a hand pump. You've got the pedals, obviously are in the same box. That's not part of it. You've got a spanner and a full set of Allen keys as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And you get the battery charger in a separate box. So there we go. And then a full set of instructions which says 40 minutes. Let's put it to the test. This bike has folding pedals, so these fold up, yeah, which I'd find if you're storing it away somewhere really handy. They just basically, when they're fitted to the arm, you just push them in and they turn up. So you know the difference between one folded and one not. So you know, it sticks out 3 inches or so. So there we go, nice chunky grippy tyres. Full suspension on the front. There's a film, protective film over the battery cover. I think it's tucked in, so we'll just put the key in here and take the battery out. Quite heavy battery actually. It's a 14 amp hour battery. And it's, yeah, it's really chunky and well made. That just sits in the frame like so. And this is obviously here. It's a charging point for the charger. You can charge it on the bike, or if you want to take it out and charge it indoors, you can do that. Yeah, just make sure that the two brackets for the mudguard are the other side of the light bracket, because the thickness of this bracket makes it all fit so much better. And then do it up tight, and then line it up. That's pretty good there. So we've taken the brake off one side, so we can fit. This comes in the box and in the toolkit, and it's the actual throttle, the hand throttle. So you press this down with your thumb for throttle. Yeah, this connects to this one here on the front. You pull this little plug out. Honest. And you plug it into there. It's got a little keyway. I don't know if you can see those two little keyways got to line up. Very fine little plugs in there, but if you line the keys up, there, job done. So there she is, all fixed up, everything working on it. Yeah, looking really good, really sturdy, and because it's got suspension front and back. Front and rear, it should be a lot better on our cobbly roads here. It's got a nice big display. I'll put it in the dark, hang on. So we brought it inside just to show off the nice big screen that's on the front. It gives you the battery in percentage, which is really good, very accurate. And then all your controls on the left here for this. You switch the main switch it on is underneath here, and then you can adjust your power from Eco number 1 right up to high, and then power number 5 on power with full throttle indoors. We're going to get 25, and that's 25 kilometers an hour. So we've brought the bike indoors just to show off the lights, and to turn on now. Whoa, and there, yeah, really quite bright LED lights. And interestingly, it has one on the back as well, and a brake light. So I'm just going to squeeze the brake lever, and we have a brake light as well on front and back brakes. So it's almost like a little electric moped, really. Okay, so we'll just go through some of the features. Disc brakes front and back. It's got 7-speed Shimano gears, yeah, front and rear suspension, and the front suspension is adjustable as well. It's got this big heavy duty rack on the back, brake lights, lights front and rear, and a horn. Hang on, I must admit the horns and this lovely meter display here, the horn's not up to much, but it is a pedestrian warning, so yeah, all good. And the easy to use Shimano gears, you know, yeah, easy stuff. So here she is taking it for a test ride, and away you go. So Andrew's of a shorter stature, 5'5.5".
Probably just 5'5" now.
5'5", and this is perfect for if you're short. Andrew will demonstrate getting on is really easy. The seat adjustment's really good. It'll go way taller than for me, 6'3", and a little bit shorter for Ange, 5'5".
And also, considering there's no crossbar here, I
Yeah.
can just step through.
Yeah, so if you've had any, like a hip replacement like Ange has had or something like that, it's all easy to get on and off.
Easier, yes.
So what do you think of that?
It's, yeah, it's quite spunky.
It's quite spunky. It's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was really,
I know
really
it's-
impressed.
It's, I'm a little bit lighter than you, so
So you're 60 kilos?
yeah, something like that.
I'm 100, so let's have a go. Okay, so I've adjusted the seat back up to my height. I'm slightly heavier than Ange. I'm about 110 to be honest, but let's give it a go.
He's mad.
Love it. Okay, so here we go, the ultimate test. I'm 110 kilos. This one is empty and a full one is about 30 to 40, so the maximum weight for these is about, for this Komodo, is about 150 kilos. So I'm going up to the village on this and pick me up a new bottle of gas. I'm going to film it as we go and we'll see what it looks like.
I was just going to say, it's a good job we got the orange bike, because look,
Yeah, it's all
you
matching.
match. We'll have to
And-
get a blue one to go with the other gas bottles.
Yeah,
So, good luck, honey.
thank you. I'll see you when I get back.
Bye.
So there we go, made it back, not with the colour-coded gas bottle this time, but yeah, really pleased with these things, some piece of kit. So there'll be a discount code in our description if you want to get one of these, please go ahead. I really rate them, I think it's a wonderful little bike.
I think it's made you 10 years younger, darling.
Okay everyone, so we're gonna sample one of these saffron buns.
The way you're cutting it makes it look like it's rock hard.
It is.
It's... I have the top.
So, there we go. Lovely saffron colour. You can do the duties with the cream.
And I mean, this is not a cream tea because it's not a scone and there's no jam involved.
Saffron bun, no jam,
Just pure
cream.
loveliness.
Oh.
God, look at that.
Mm-mm.
Right. Dollop for me as well.
Oh. Very good.
That's alright, is it?
No, really good.
Yeah? I'll just put that out of the sun in it. So on this note...
Thanks for watching. Oh, they're lovely. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for ringing that little notification bell.
And thank you for clotted cream.
And thank you, Jack and Sue, for the clotted cream. And thanks, Ange, for the saffron buns. Really nice. Hope you enjoyed the bike videos. We love them. Like I said, there'll be a link in the description for the bike for discount, and it's a big discount, I think. So on that note, cheers guys, see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.